It was a business model that none of us could understand.
Right.
We don't know the logistics.
Right.
We don't know any nut. Can you tell me how much Beanie sold when he's talking about him driving around in Benzes?
It was going wood.
Like
He
800,000.
was going wood.
It was going wood. He wasn't
So,
selling anything.
like Jay says, numbers don't lie.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's not
That's
going to
true.
step out there first. People are going to hang themselves. He told you, dig a hole, and that's what you do in this business.
Yeah. True. That's
So
true.
when it came down to it, Beans jumped out there, but he knew that Jay didn't want to. He would have been came out and said something about him if it was that serious. Beans stepped out there. Beanie Siegel stepped out.
I mean, if you want to go even deeper, I mean, no disrespect to Jigga, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, he's a dirty dude, you know what I'm saying? He's a cutthroater. I mean, he's already shown to me,
business.
you know what I mean, what he's did to Jazz, what he's did to what was his other man, Dame, you know what I'm saying? What he do, whatever.
What did he do to
He
them?
just, I mean, I can't
but
say
you
what
got-
did he
He's a
do to
businessman
them.
at the end of the
I mean,
day.
I understand. Listen, I understand it's a business move or
businessman
whatever.
at the end of the
But
day.
I mean, it's certain codes. I mean, me, I live by the G code. I mean, some people just don't, but I do. I feel like, you know, if somebody doing something for you, you do something for them. If somebody's slacking and they really your boy or your man's or whatever, you should be like, look, you know, I think you spend a little bit too much money, like between me and you. I don't want you to go off the deep end. Like, to me, I think it's always, to me, you wouldn't be a friend of mine if you wouldn't try to help me if I'm falling. Because it's always easy to help you when you fall or encourage you when you're doing good. But could you tell me, hey, dog, I don't think that's the right move. Chill out with the money situation. He kind of let him crash and burn.
Did y'all listen to WPGC in the morning with Donnie Simpson when 50 Cent was on there? Did y'all hear that?
No, what they were talking about.
All right, well, the way 50 said, and I have not licked this up, I have not referred this, but he said that Jay-Z goes by a business model of who's hot. If in the business of music, if you're not on the top of the list and you're not producing as you're representing that label, you're not going to get no love.
Yeah.
He is a owner. You know what I mean? Like, he goes by who's hot, who's not.
Right.
And if you can't understand, like, even though that might not be the way that you want to do it,
Right.
that's still a successful strategy
I mean, that was
he
a power
chose
move.
to
That was
do.
a power move. But I just feel as though, as friendship-wise, I understand you
But
can't
it
be
has
friends
nothing
with
to do
Okay,
with
here's the thing.
friendship.
Okay, even
but
take
they
out
wasn't childhood friends,
Listen,
though, you know what I mean?
listen.
Right, they were
You can
business
even take out
partners.
that. You can take out the business and child anything.
You can't take that
even
out.
Even for good business, though. You know what I'm saying? For good business, maybe do something in the future or maybe keep good ties for him to say, hey, man, I think you're doing too much with the money. Is all I'm saying. They could have gave him a
Yeah,
warning.
but he chose to make that decision.
I think with the whole business thing that you're saying, like good business and Jay-Z looking at it, you know what I mean? Good business to him is to not keep around somebody that's not.
I didn't say keep 'em.
No, but I'm saying, just listen to what I'm saying. Like, to keep around somebody that's not really pulling their own. Like, he could be selling 800,000 records, you know, whatever, making his bread. But, like, if he's not doing it for the rock and, like, making it pop for them, like, you know, who was really? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you right.
Memph, you know what I mean? Like,
Memph.
the Young Gunners, like,
Yeah, right.
nobody.
Three
You know
times
what I'm
to The Rock.
saying? Like,
Who?
none of
Memphis
them.
Bleak. He's the
Yeah.
first artist to be signed. When they started The Rock, he's the first artist
Right.
to be signed. When they started it again, he was the second artist to be signed. And then when Rock Nation, that's why he got 3 Rockefeller chains, because he got signed 3 times. And it's like, I understand, like, with the whole loyalty thing. If you notice, Memphis Bleak, his last album was called Made Man, because he never got to work again. He goes wood, but you know what I'm saying. He obliges by the rules. You know what I'm saying. I think Beans be stepping out there,
Yeah,
and I
he's
use
still
Kanye West as an example. Kanye West started at the bottom of the totem pole. He was a joke. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? But he
right.
kept working hard, and look where he's at now.
That's true.
And I think actions speak louder than words. And I just
true.
think, I mean, no disrespect to Beans or anything like that, but I just think, you know what I'm saying? He made a lot of bad career moves, and then I don't think at the position that Jay's at now, he can't associate himself with that.
Okay, but now we've heard Jay's part, right? Let's talk about Beans, because, you know, it's always 2 sides to a story.
Right,
So let's see what he had to talk about. We go from there.
You say, okay, I got a lot to complain about. I had 2 Bentleys.
Right.
I had a clothing line.
Right.
I had a record deal and a record label. Okay. The 2 Bentleys that I obtained, Jay-Z had nothing to do with them.
Right.
That was a car from Damon Dash and from Kareem Burks.
Okay, all right.
wasn't really.
So I mean, he wasn't even talking about nothing. So, so for real, I'm feeling with I was trying to give him a little credit, but I mean, I'm hopping on y'all boat. I mean,
you gotta look at it.
He don't seem like he good with his business.
You gotta look at it this way. Jay was the president of Def Jam for a long time and really didn't do anything. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's cool. Like yeah, he put out like Rihanna in certain situations like that because he knew that stuff could sell. But he put a lot of dudes on the shelf. You know what I mean? Like a la Joe Budden or something like that. Who pretty much could have popped if you would have gave him a little bit of credit. And you got to look at what he did with the Pump It Up joint. I hate to keep bringing Joe into this joint, but he pretty much asked. Joe came right to Jay-Z and was like, "Yo, can you get on the Pump It Up remix?" And he was like, "Oh, nah, I'll get back to you or whatever." And a week later, he has a freestyle on the Pump It Up beat. You know what I mean? So I feel like yeah, Jay has a point, but I mean, dude's grimy at times too. You know what I mean? And plus, I mean, he's damn near 40 now. You can go ahead and you can go ahead and fall back. You know what I'm saying? And to a certain extent, but I mean, you know, I guess you just can't take that out of Jay. But
I mean, I got nothing wrong with that, man. Beanie man, just do your thing, man. Go ahead,
Beans is still the truth, though.
I would just
Beans is still the truth. So as a hip hop fan, we'll respect him regardless.
True.
Beans is the real deal. But my question is, you know, I was just sitting here trying to absorb everything everybody was saying. Is like, I think you may have said, like, Lex, how much do we really know about the inner workings of what's going on? Like, we getting details, he said, she said, but we don't know what happened in between to get there.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I was thinking back to, I'm hearing the recordings of Young Buck. 50 had Young Buck on them recordings, Young Buck crying, and Young Buck's, and he's consoling Young Buck. Yeah, he's consoling Young Buck, talking about, you should have stayed close to me. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, where do you draw a line? Like, a man's got to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you gotta be smart with that. You gotta learn.
Right.
You gotta be able to stay close until you're ready to go ahead and go fly. Don't jump out the nest prematurely, and that's what a lot of bum joints do.
And that's what happened. And that's what happened. That's what happened. Young Buck did. He even admitted it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And 50 said you gotta stay close to me. But on the other hand, I do see what, you know what I'm saying? I do see the side where it's like, yo, if that's my man, if that's truly my man, outside of business, and
like
clearly that's what I'm saying. That's my point. Clearly, it's not his man. Because if that's my man, I'm gonna be like, dog, you need to be easy, or like you shouldn't be doing this.
True, right?
You know what I'm saying? You spending too much money. The IRS gonna come get you.
I wouldn't let my friend set up like that.
Just like
without a warning.
Just like any employer, 50 duplicates himself through the G unit to make him more money. If they make money, you make money.
But see, then the question is there loyalty? I guess not.
There is not. I mean, when we don't know the logistics.
That's true, but I'm saying if that's the case, then I guess there isn't any loyalty. You know what I'm saying? It's all about money.
There is none.
And that's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. That's
there
the
you
question.
got it, folks.
Make your money. That's the
there
loyalty
we got
right
it,
there.
folks.
Not
right
in
there.
business.
You know
It's
what I'm saying? That just summed up. Thank you very much for saying that. That just summed up the round table right now, man. Because there is no loyalty. Youngins is greedy. You know what I'm saying? It's all about who can get what, who can get mine. There's really enough food for everybody to eat.
Don't act like I ain't beating up your man. That's plots. Y'all dudes can see me with these hands. I'm a young dog, dudes. They see my pedigree. I'm cruising down Beverly, chilling with Penelope. Keep them up all night. They can't sleep. You got an acapella chick. She won't let you be.